All right, guys, first things first, I'm gonna go through my 8 guard. All right, 8 guard all the way open. All right, I live by the motto, you can always take more hair off. So I'm gonna make sure I comb the hair in the direction that it grows in. All right, and then go right in with my Tomb45 with the RPMs all the way up. That's one thing I love about this clipper, man. It just mows right through both, as you can see. All right, and we're just gonna go around this. I like to put my offhand in front of the client's face to make sure hair don't hit their face. It's getting a little warmer, and my boy CJ said, take it off. So when you're buzzing someone's hair, man, you really gotta worry about too crazy about the growth patterns. You definitely don't want no one to patch nobody up, but he has a pretty simplistic growth pattern, meaning that I could just go opposite of his hair and just buzz it all the way down. When it comes to a taper, if I'm gonna do a mid taper, I go straight across. I use the top of the ear as my reference point. All right, so if I'm gonna do a mid taper, I go straight across. If I'm gonna do a low taper, I want my initial guideline down. And if I'm gonna do a high taper, I go from the top of the ear all the way to the bottom of the sidebar, all right? For my tapers, I like to make almost like an oval shape, all right, with my Tomb45 trimmers, all right, using the corner of my blade, coming up. Again, it's nothing crazy, but just a slight little oval shape all the way down to the bottom of the sidebar, all right? Then I'm gonna clean all that hair out. Same thing I do to this side. I'm gonna do to the other side. All right, starting the bottom. Same thing I did to that side, doing to this side. All right, now we'll do the back. Same type of idea, I'm gonna do like a half moon rather than going straight across. Again, it's all upon preference. You can go straight across with your initial guideline, or you can do like a half moon. I like to start on one corner, half moon it to the middle, go to the other side. Same thing to make sure I'm staying equal on both sides, and then meet at the middle. And I clear all that out. All right, now I'm coming with my Babyliss Pro UV single four shaver and go ahead and ball that out. I know some people like to do their shaver at the end of their haircut. I like to do mine at the beginning. All the way open, and I'm gonna set my initial guideline about a finger's width, okay? That's a lot. All right, don't be scared to make these guidelines nice and wide. Like that's why I say a finger's length. At the beginning of my career, I used to have really compressed fades because my guidelines were too thin. Put that initial guideline in. For me personally, I like to take my initial guideline out. So I'm gonna drop my lever to halfway. All right, I have a open, middle, close technique to taking out that initial guideline. So right now I'll go halfway. All right, and attack it again. Don't be scared to use your offhand to stretch to the client's head. He has a little indentation right here. So whenever I spread the head, it gets a little bit more smoother, allowing me to feed the clipper the hair a lot easier. That's halfway. Now, you can drop it all the way close. If you're gonna be trying this technique out and you don't feel comfortable dropping all the way close from the middle, that's okay. Take it one notch before close, come attack it before you do anything permanent. If you don't feel confident, this is an easy way for you to ease into the open, middle, close technique of taking that initial guideline out, is by stopping at that one notch before all the way close. Attack the line, and then as you feel more comfortable or as a part of your process, go ahead and just drop it down to all the way close now so you can take off that last little faint line of your guideline. All right, because he has an 8 on top, I'm actually gonna go in with my 3 guard all the way open and kind of scooping in and out of it, all right, to create the shape of the high taper I'm looking for, and coming off right out the shape of his head. Again, not doing no aggressive scoop, but just clearing out the hair so I can go ahead and get a good transition to from my high taper into the bulk of his hair up top. And by you coming off the shape of his head, it helps you prevent you creating a large bulk line right there, all right? Then I'm gonna close it all the way, come right underneath it, and then now I'm just gonna fade down. Fading down has always taught me how to control my fade. In the beginning, I used to have a hard time to differentiate between a high fade, mid fade, low fade. And so what I like to do is like a bottom up, top down method. Now I'm gonna come in with my 1.5. All right, when it comes to half guards, between the half guard and the 1.5 guard, I like to use them at the halfway point. Sometimes I may need to use lever play, but mathematically, if you look at your guard math and what the measurements are, 1.5 halfway fades right into the 2 close. Now I'm gonna take my 1 guard, take it all the way open, come right underneath it. And now from the 1 guard down, I like to do open, middle, close, all right? And using the corners on my blades to take this line out, and this thing's coming together rather nicely. See, back in the day, I would have put this guideline in with my 1.5 first, and next thing you know, the fade would have ended up back here. And then I'm gonna close it all the way. 0.5 guard, halfway. Crank down the RPMs, use the corner of my blade to take that last little guideline out. So one thing I love about this clipper, man, it opens up almost like a master's, man. Ear down with my pointer finger on my opposite hand, all right? Not trying to get too cosmetic with it. Using the corner of my blade around his ear. Again, don't get too cosmetic with this, guys. I see people putting big C's behind people's ears, man. It's like, be careful, guys. I know you want crispy, but at what cost? So what I love about these trimmers, man, they help you reach those hard to reach areas because of the sleek design of the blade. And one thing with straight hair, you gotta make sure you pass it all the way through. I see the mistake people just try to do the lineup originally and end up leaving hair underneath it. So it's a good tip is to follow all the way through with straight hair whenever you're pressing the hairline in. And now we're from here to the other side. As I'm doing this front lineup, I'm already looking at to see where I'm gonna put his sidebar at. I kind of see where his hair naturally goes. I'm gonna go a little cosmetic with it, get to the most dense point, which I feel is right there, all right? So I like to use the eyebrow as a reference point, all right? So now I see exactly where it's gonna be on the eyebrow here, so now I know exactly where I'll put it over there.
Essentially what we want to do is we're just going to go ahead and start attacking the initial guideline. So if we go in here with our Babyliss FX all the way closed, the goal is to start right here at this corner and pretty much connect our way right here to where the ear attaches to the head, right? So I like to start with the clipper all the way closed because if I were to punch it in with a trimmer, for example, it'll be a clean bald line, but I'm going to be giving myself more work to do at the end of the haircut. It's going to be harder to take out a line that's made with a trimmer that's really meant to do hard edges, right? So if I start here with my clipper all the way closed, it's still gonna give me the illusion like if it's a bald line. It still gives me a goal line to hit. You know, for blending purposes, I'll treat this just like the bald line. So we went ahead and put our first line in there, this corner to this corner right here. Now we're gonna give ourselves some space so that way we can blend. Now, if I take this clipper open, I can create my first fading panel, and I'm gonna be very generous with this space. Even though it's a tight fading area, I still need space to be able to create this blend. If this part of the taper is compressed, it's gonna look like a bowl cut for sure from far, like that'll guarantee that. But if I could have a nice spread from the bald to the half, that's gonna ensure that this is gonna look crispy from all angles, all distances. I like to use the number 1.5 guard with the lever wide open. And if I start with pressure here at the bottom, I can go ahead and basically do the same motion that I was doing with this number 4 guard, but since I already did it with the number 4, it makes it so much easier just for me to go in there and just blend away. It's gonna do the same job, but it's basically just bringing the tone down. Instead of it being a real heavy black color hair, it's gonna start getting a little lighter. And that's what we call the gradients. Now we are controlling the gradients and slowly bringing it down. So 1 guard all the way open now. Now this is, again, we're just gonna be doing more feathering motions. I'm not gonna be trying to put in any hard lines. I'm just little by little reducing the darkness of the gradients. I'm slowly working my way back down to that initial line that I put in. Here we are with the one halfway closed. Again, just incrementally working our way lower and lower. And now with this number 1 guard close. Now you can see it's definitely starting to come together. So just keep a mental note, right? I could very faintly see that line that I put in with the no guard open. So I'll come in here with this half guard. This is the only guard now that is left to do. After this, it's just gonna be blending with the clipper, no guard. So look, I'm gonna have the half guard right here all the way open. Since it is a tighter length, I'm also gonna be using just the last few teeth of the clipper too. I'm not gonna be going in all the way flat. I'm just gonna use a bit of the corner. If you go in completely flush, using a guard like this, like a real tight cutting guard like this, it's easier to do some damage to the blend. So it's just a safer approach doing it this way. Now y'all can see that thing is definitely coming together blurry. All we have to do now is attack that very bottom line. Now remember, we started this fade with the clipper all the way closed. So we're gonna return to the clipper all the way closed. I'm gonna do my best to break through that line that I put in. Now initially, I put it in with the blade flat, but since I wanna start breaking it up to blend it out, now instead of going flat, I'm gonna turn the clipper on the side just a little bit. So I'm reducing less hair at a time. Let's break through that line with it all the way closed. I like to come at it with an angle. So here's the first notch right here. The only thing I feel like now at this point, we can go ahead and use our blending shears now. Now be very careful in the area with the ear. You know, we're just gonna wanna use the blending shears very carefully. Slide this right back here, and you just wanna watch it closely as you make every cut. You definitely don't wanna get any of this caught up in the scissor blades. Just very lightly, very slowly, very carefully, remove some of the bulk. Take your time, man. You guys can be efficient and quick with the clipper movements, but when it comes to blending shear work, especially, you got all those teeth right there, just take your time at this point. Look, and you guys can see, man, when you make that initial cut and a lot of the hair just falls off, like that's kind of how you know that you're trimming overhang and you're not digging into new growth. That's gonna be a super ugly grow back. So here's the secret too, guys. Whenever I like to, obviously we have a very small space to work with on his vertical bar. If I could maybe pull his eyebrow down, that stretches the skin in a way that's not gonna put at risk hitting his eyebrow, giving him a slit, sending him home with his mama being so mad now at this point, you know what I mean? Like, and now as you guys are finishing up this haircut, man, just make sure that you get rid of all the excess hairs. Just make sure that your client is comfortable, your client is clean before they head out the door.
All right, guys, so right here, I'm gonna go completely open with a 1.5 guard with the grain. Now my next step is to go in with my T45 trimmer, and I basically want to create guidelines that will allow me to see the low ball taper and exactly where I want it to be. I want to stay in this pocket anywhere towards the middle of the top of the ear, stay in this pocket, and then fade all in this area, but keep this area dark so I can still accentuate it. So now I just want to go in with my clippers completely open and create my open line from the bar line. Now that that line is complete, I want to eliminate that line. So now because I did open, which I did it maybe a 1/2 inch, I'm gonna be fading between the 5-click lever system to basically create a nice seamless transition from bald to the light hair here. So as you guys can see, all of this is trimmer. Everything right here, that's the shadow, that's considered open. So within these 5 lever clicks on this clipper, I'm gonna be toning this clipper down closer and closer to me to get it closer and closer to blend in with the skin here. My next step would be drop it to another notch, which is my second notch now. And now the step after that is completely closed, just to clean up in this area right here, just that little area. I wanna just spot mop it. So I wanna be bouncing on the corners of my blade. So now completely closed. Instead of me going up and down, I want to focus on the circular motion using just the corner 2 to 3 teeth of my blade on the right side, so I'm able to feather my way in opposed to going up and down and pushing the fade higher. I want to now focus on working myself up all of my other guards. Those guards will basically be my 0.5 guard, which is my 1/16, and my 1 guard, which is my 1/8. Those will blend simultaneously into each other, but the 1, which is my 1/8 guard, will eventually blend into my 1.5, which is what I cut them with. So let's start off with our 1 guard, because I want to start higher opposed to lower. Now I want to drop down to my 0.5 guard to tie all of the little dark spots all the way together in this fade. We just knocked out this area. My next step, I want to start to fade the top of the beard the same way that I started to fade at the bottom of the side taper area. I want to do everything that I just did in the taper area, but reverse, going downwards to the top of the beard to blend the beard into this taper. And didn't take off a lot of hair at all. Completely open. Halfway. Halfway. And completely close.